did you find that this kind of pushiness was the default for the industry? So you then brought about extreme hospitality as the default for your company?
I completely agree, right? Because I think when the OG players came into the market, the problem was price transparency. Like you never knew what an insurance policy was quoting for, right? With an agent and, on the website or through a different agent, like you never knew. Policy Bazaar came and formalized everything, and immediately prices tanked because now all the prices are there for everyone to see.
If you can't watch a full podcast, watch a clip instead. You'll be as entertained and as informed. That's my guarantee. That's why you got to subscribe to Dostcast Clips.
So before PB, what was happening? Because, as a very, very layman, when I was preparing for this conversation, I didn't go too much in the depths of what insurance overall represents, right?
Correct.
The field itself.
Right.
Instead, I looked at the players, I looked at the market, and I looked at your brand and a couple of other things. But when we speak about the before aggregator model, what do you get? Because I remember as a kid seeing LIC policy Bima ads, right? And one-off people coming to my house and trying to sell insurance.
Correct.
Was there no unifying body where you could compare prices? Was there no Make My Trip moment?
No.
How was insurance sold before?
Yeah, so Policy Bazaar was the Make My Trip moment, right? And I think this had happened in the US in the 1990s and the same, phenomena, right? Before that, prices were opaque. As a customer, I did not know. I mean, you could quote me a price and I take it.
Any charming salesman could sell you any policy.
Any policy, right? And because that's the options I have. Like if you're going to sell me that is it, right? There's no comparison, there's no nothing, right? And suddenly, the aggregator platforms come along and they make prices transparent. Now you can compare prices of different products, and suddenly if you have completely uncompetitive pricing, you have to change your way. How else are you going to sell? If you're marketing a policy at a 60% premium and there's no tangible upside, right, to the customer, why will they buy a policy from you, right? And suddenly that sort of change happened. But then there was exuberance, right, from insurance aggregators and companies when they realized that, okay, now that the pricing transparency business is done, let's start pushing, right? Which, insurance has been a traditionally push product, right? You had to push people to think them about security. To this day, we still can't get people to buy term life insurance. Term life insurance is pure life insurance, which means that you die, you get a payout. That's it. No frills attached, no investment component, no money back, no nothing. That's a product that everybody needs to have if you have dependents. If so many families with dependents, my family, my brothers, they have dependents and yet they refuse to buy a term insurance plan. They completely refuse. They have debt, they have obligations, and God forbid if something were to happen to them, right? Their dependents are going to be in a whole lot of trouble. They say they love them, and yet you see this discrepancy when it comes to buying a term insurance plan, because the question always is this: what do I get in return? So it's very hard to sell these products, and as a consequence, a lot of insurance salesmen, agents, etc., resorted to push marketing. They'd call you, they'd harass you, they'd find your number in a database, and they'd never stop. They'd bully you into buying an insurance policy. And so when we entered the market, we realized we really have no USP. Like, what's a USP? Okay, distribution, etc. Consumers don't care about your distribution.